storage. And it's a little hard to see, but behind here.
Maybe open one up there. Let's see what we can get. Yeah, that's good.
Complete storage area, which I use to help cut down some of the weight. I use the wire brackets, wire shelving.
Refrigerator then?
This is the refrigerator. This is a Sundancer.
Oh, Sundancer.
It's a Sundancer refrigerator. They're small when you look inside.
I've heard nothing but good about those.
But you see, the reason they're so small is it has that much insulation all around it. And it uses very little juice. I think they rate them, depending on the temperature and stuff, like 10 amps or so a day to keep them cool. So that was the reason I went for that. And also, it was, actually it was a little cheaper than the RV.
Really?
Okay. And the RV ones are usually dual, so that they run on electric or gas. I don't have to mess with that. This is electric. It's 12 volt though.
Okay.
So I didn't have to do any special wiring or anything. Just hook it in, ready to go. And like I say, they use very little juice for what you have. Yeah. Your disadvantage, you don't have a very big storage.
Right. You'll have to shop off of it.
You have to shop off it. I probably won't do much more to the inside of this since it's just storage area. And but I do have lights on the inside so I can see.
And those are RV lights. I recognize those.
Yep.
So.
And I made the doors just like everything else here, but I put in plexiglass. So everyone has a built-in window so I could actually see inside where I wanted to go first before I actually had to open the thing up.
Right. And you've got 4 doors there.
4 doors.
Right. Okay.
And the doors are meant to hopefully lock together. This has a ridge on this side. This one fits over the top and locks. So that should keep them together. This one here is hard to see, but you get around here, and I'll stand on this side for me.
One again here. Okay.
This is the other side. Down below have the Cobra converter.
Oops.
Cobra converter will actually change it from the 12 volt to 110.
Okay.
And I have 3 plug-ins. The bad thing about them is with these big plug-ins that you get, they don't all 3 fit at the same time. So you only have 2 of them plugged in at the same time. But 2 are on this side that you saw over there. 1 is actually over here in the compartment, one of the compartments, so I could have electricity at the table. There's also a shore power one there too, so I can use electric either way. So if I'm going to use the computer or whatever, it can be right there, plug it in, and I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Back here, very hard to see, but that's the actual, excuse me, the Cobra is the inverter, the other one is the converter. So it will actually do 2 purposes. One is it will take your shore power and runs all your DC, it converts it from 110 back to 12 volt, so you can run everything directly off of it. And it will also charge the batteries at the same time.
Okay.
And when you're at a camp that has no electricity, it's not plugged in, then that's what basically has the panels in there to run all the electric on it.
Okay.
So it will actually convert it from 110 back down to 12. The inverter changes it from 12 back up to 110.
Okay.
It's confusing. Yeah. Sometimes you say them wrong, but and you can see just barely, but you can see the electricity runs underneath the flooring here.
Yes.
So it runs over to here, up along the wall inside, and then up to the here. Behind you is the shower, which is right now a storage place for the toilet as well.
But the toilet's not going to land there in the long run. Which is like some places.
Yeah. It's a Nature's Head toilet.
Okay.
Actually, we'll start with the shower. The shower is just a regular Lowe's shower kit, 32-inch square. It doesn't quite fit against the wall. The reason for that is because the gas line comes in behind it. And then runs down along the floor underneath and up into the oven and such. But the regular shower with the water and everything else. The toilet, which will be hooked in, is a Nature's Head composting toilet.
Okay.
The Nature's Head, they do a little different. The front is to capture urine, and then the waste is in the bucket itself.
Okay.
And the idea is to keep it a little drier and not fill up quite so fast. The hose is for the vent, hooks into the side, and it has a little fan inside that runs continuously. So I have to cut a vent hole to hook it up, and then it will just continuously have the fan running to keep the fumes out, as well as to help dry it a little bit. And you fill it with peat moss, and then it will just decompose. And depending on how much it's used, you know, you could go month, 2 months, 3 months before you have to dump it. So
that's cool. It's the first time I've seen one of those in person.
So, and this one here, you can see, has the flash here, so you can see inside.
Okay.
And it has the rotating bar so that you can turn it to keep things mixed up.
Doesn't look very heavy.
It's not. It's, if you see, it's kind of a regular plastic material. And then when you need to change it, you just have latches on both sides that you take loose.
Oh,
And it has a hinge on the back so that you just have to slide it off and it'll be ready. And then you just empty this. Now, it should fit a regular garbage can, so you just, a plastic garbage bag, you can put it over the top, turn it upside down, empty it, and then refill it again, and you're ready to go.
Well, that's like a very well designed composting toilet.
They actually design them for, evidently, for marine use.
Okay. Really?
That's what the manufacturer says. They were actually marine toilets, but instead of using, you know, the saltwater, seawater toilet like you have, this is a way of doing it for boats and stuff, that you don't have to have the vents or the drains and stuff like that.
Right. Well, that makes sense. I'll have to do a little more research into that one.
Yeah, I looked at them. There were several of them. There's Envirolet and Nature's Head and a couple others. One starts with an S, and I can't remember what the name of it is. But actually, the Nature's Head, surprisingly, is actually one of the cheapest.
Really? Okay. So, other than the humanure that you build yourself, right?
If you wanted to build the humanure one, but I didn't feel like doing that.
Right.
I was willing to pay a little more for that. In here is where the toilet will go.
Maybe
it's really hard to see, but
we'll do the best we can.
The toilet will fit down here. It's lots of storage space, and all I did was just the back of it is just the shower.
Kind of medicine cabinet style.
Yeah. So regular cabinet style. This is the electrical for the fan for the toilet.
Okay.
Will be plugged into the toilet itself when it's done. Just put up some towel racks here to hang towels on, or clothes or whatever, to keep them out of the way. This side mostly built in, but there's a few cabinets here.
You've done very well with storage in this unit, I think.
Tried to create as much storage as I could, because everybody keeps telling me they don't have enough storage.
Yeah. Well, you look at some of these, there isn't any.
Yeah. Well,
or very little.
Yeah. And the purpose of mine was to make this thing self-contained, so that it could basically be towed anywhere. And so that's why the electric has shore power or battery power.
Okay.
The composting toilet, so I don't use up near as much water. The RV water heater and stove and heater are all propane, so I only have one source of fuel there.